So before I talk about those effective methods, let me talk a little bit about me. Let me tell you about me. I come from a Hindi medium background, and you can imagine how hard it would have been for me to learn this language, let alone speaking in this language. It was very hard for me to learn this language. Like, I spend day and night to learn this language. If you have been struggling with speaking English for the last 2 years, for the last 3 years, and haven't yet learned how to articulate your thoughts well in this language, and haven't yet learned how to talk clearly in this language, in this video I am going to give you 3 best effective ways that will help you speak English fluently and confidently. Today in this video I am also going to give you a bonus tip at the end of this video that will help you speak English fluently and confidently. Today I am also going to tell you how you can be a fluent speaker in English without spending any money on English courses or on apps that claim to improve your English. If you have budget, then go for it. I will not forbid that. But if you don't have budget and you want to improve your English alone, this video is going to be must watch for you. So I want you to watch this video till the end if you are curious to know how to become a fluent speaker in English. So before I talk about those effective methods, let me talk a little bit about me. Let me tell you about me. I come from a Hindi medium background, and you can imagine how hard it would have been for me to learn this language, let alone speaking in this language. It was very hard for me to learn this language. Like, I spend day and night to learn this language. I had zero knowledge of this language when I got started, and I got started in 2021. 2021 was the time when I got very serious about improving my communication skills in English, and that's when I decided to learn this language. And the reason was very strong. I had big dreams, and I still have big dreams. I haven't achieved many of my goals yet, and those goals that I had required me to learn this language well, required me to speak fluent in this language. Like, I had a dream of dealing with foreign clients, and foreign clients speak in English. If I wanted to close a deal with them, I needed to learn this language. I needed to speak well in this language. I needed to communicate in a way that they can understand me, and that's why I learned this language. My goals motivated me all the time to push forward, and that's why I learned this language. So if you have a clear why for why you want to learn this language, you will learn this language very quickly. I'm saying you will learn this language very quickly if you have a clear reason for why you want to learn this language. And if you have none, if you have no reason, figure out why you want to learn this language, and this way you are going to learn very fast. So this was a little introduction of me. So now let me talk about the first effective method that you need to be using every single day to become a fluent speaker in English. That is active listening. Yeah, that technique name is active listening. This is something I did every single day when I was in the process of learning this language, and it made me a fluent speaker. What do I mean by active listening? What I mean by active listening is, when you listen actively something, you are responding to that. Let's say you are listening to a podcast. What you do is you are responding to whatever is being said in that podcast. Means you are repeating. In simple words, what you are hearing, you are also repeating. So let's say what I will do when I listen to something actively. Let's say I am listening to a podcast. What I will do is, whatever is being said in that podcast, I will try to repeat that. I will try to mimic that, and that's how you will improve your English drastically. This will improve your English fast. This is the, repetition is the name of game. Like if you want to improve your English, repetition is going to help you a lot in that. That's what I'm saying. And what you can do to do this is I have seen a lot of English learners switching from one podcast to another podcast to another podcast, and in this way they learned nothing. They end up learning nothing. But here what I want you to do is I want you to download a podcast which length should be at least for 1 or 2 hours. That's what I'm saying. Which length should be 1 or 2 hours. And I want you to listen to the podcast that you have downloaded every single day for the next 30 days. That's what I'm saying. A lot of people who are learning English listen to podcasts. I'm not saying that they don't listen, but they are always switching from one podcast to another podcast episode, and that way they learned nothing. And what I am here saying you to do is I want you to download 1 or 2 podcasts which length should be at least for 1 or 2 hours, and I want you to listen to that podcast every single day for the next 30 days, and this is going to improve your English drastically. What will happen is when you will listen to the same podcast for the next 30 days, you will absorb every sentence of that podcast. You will learn about the context, like what is being said in what context. You are going to learn all of that when you will listen to the same podcast over the next 30 days. This is what I did, and it made me a fluent speaker. You can see I am able to articulate my thoughts well in this language. I am able to talk very effortlessly in this language. It is because I did this. I'm telling you, I am genuinely just telling you to use this method. This is very effective, and you are going to improve your English to very huge extent. That's what I'm saying. So now let me talk about the next strategy that will help you speak English fluently. Now let me talk about the second best effective technique. If you don't use this while you are learning English, you will not build your English fluency. This is the way of building your English fluency. If you are not using this method, you will not build your fluency, and this is very simple, and you must have heard about this technique before. This technique name is reading technique. Reading, yeah, this is also something I have done for 1 year every single day. I want you to pick up books which suits you, which interests you, and I want you to read that book out loud so that you can hear your own voice. When you will hear your own voice while reading, what will happen is you will be able to notice which words you are not able to pronounce or which words you are able to pronounce. That way you will figure out that you should be taking help from Google, and the words that you are not able to pronounce, you can take help from Google, and Google is going to help you immensely in that. And this is what I did. Because I had zero knowledge in English, I used to take help from Google a lot. I am saying you genuinely, like to be honest, I took help every single day from Google. Google was helping me immensely while I was learning English. And this is something you can do. Read out loud. Pick up books which you find comfortable reading. And this way you are going to get rid of pronunciation problems, and this way you are also going to build your English fluency. This is something I have done to build my fluency. I am talking from my experience, like how effective these tips are. I am just very aware of the fact that these techniques are very effective. If you can use it for 3 months, it is going to change your life. It is going to change your communication skills in general. That's how powerful these effective techniques are. Okay, so now let me talk about the third effective step, a third effective method that is going to help you speak English fluently. Now let me talk about the third effective step. When I was learning English, I had big difficulty in finding English partners with whom I can talk. So I started searching for apps that could help me connect with English partners, and I found some of those apps. One app name is HelloTalk. The way this HelloTalk apps work is, it is going to connect you with other English partners. Like you are going to connect with people who are also looking for English partners, and when you tap on call button, it is going to connect you with somebody who is also trying to connect with somebody at the same time. This is how this app works, and you are going to improve your English in the process. But I have told you in the first segment of my video that I was going to give you a bonus tip, and the bonus tip is this. When I started using that Hello Talk app, what I did was I connected with many people and I took numbers from those people where I can talk to them personally. And what I did was they had given me their numbers and I used to call them and I used to talk to them personally in English. And I did this for 3 to 4 months, and yeah, until they were not picking my calls up. Like I did not stop calling them, but when I realized that they didn't want to talk to me, that's when I stopped calling them. And this is how I improved my English, because I had a burning desire of speaking in English language. So I did all of that, and this is what you can do. First, you can download Hello Talk apps. This is free, and then you can ask for numbers where you can talk to them personally and you can improve your English in the process. This is what I did to improve my English. And in the end of this video, I want to say, if you found this video helpful, I want you to hit the like button, and I also want you to subscribe to this channel, because I keep making contents like this, and it motivates me to make more videos.